I didn't know how it worked. I had two options. I could send it to my old counsel who charges $3,000 an hour and would give me a grumpy answer in 3 weeks. And then I'd say, well, can we get on the phone and talk about it? And he wouldn't get on the phone. Okay, I have new counsel now. Or I just threw it into Claude and Claude analyzed all the documents and it gave me all the correct answers. I talked about different scenarios, how the LP would want to transfer. I said, write this up in a short memo for me. I shared it with my counsel. A couple days later, he read the docs. He's like, that's absolutely correct. Right? Again and again, all the documents. And so what I need is a law firm. I work at the pace of AI today. I'm not working at the 2021 pace where we worked 18 hours a week and had 3 jobs. I need the answer, my legal answer, in seconds. And then my law firm after that can confirm it, right? I'm at the bleeding edge, but I just love, these are the lawyers I have today. I've rebooted my legal team for folks that can review my AI answers rather than the other way around.
So I buy that, right? In the sense of there's a whole bunch of things like vendor management contracts, NDAs, where review should be 90% AI, 10% human check if there's exceptions, and therefore it can be instantaneous unless there's an exception. And therefore, in the next sentence is, and therefore you'd be damned if you're paying $1,000 for it. And I totally think that's a thing, right? And I think there are we've seen not just Crosby, but other firms specializing in NDA review and very typical documents. In a way, interestingly, that wasn't doable, to state the obvious, 10 years before. We looked at Law Geeks 10 years ago. They were way ahead of their time, and the technology didn't support it, so they weren't able to build a compelling business at the time. But today, NDA should be at the margin free. Now, the interesting question is, how does that manifest itself? Because if all the existing law firms are dumb enough not to get with the program, they'll lose Jason's business because he's going to say, I want the flat fee $50 review and turnaround time of 15 minutes. And if those firms resist that, then you're right. There's going to be, maybe Jason will do it himself, but typically there'll be Crosby, firms like Crosby will be wildly successful because they'll take the business away from the older law firms. I got to believe, though, enough of them are just going to get with the program. Because remember, they all now in our new world already have Harvey, right? They've got the guns too. They've got the tools. So I think it'll be interesting to see, fast forward 5 years, where the incumbents have Harvey or the Swedish company, I'm sorry, the name escapes me. Legora. It's hard to keep up with these legal names. But all the incumbents have brand new technology that could allow them to do things super fast, but they have business model inertia. And all the new Crosbys are competing for Jason's business. And they say, dude, it's $10 for an NDA, $20 for a vendor agreement. And we only charge real money when you have to do a complex transfer, right? My gut is some of the old guys will be slow, but enough of them will adapt that I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how much the new guys can build in this space.
This is exactly my point, though, which is venture is defined by 2 types of outcomes. One, where you drastically underestimate the size of the market and it's so much bigger than you thought it could be. Or 2, when you actually overestimate the market size and you see it fragmented and unbundled into so many different composite parts that it's actually not as valuable as you thought it was. And I think that is exactly the case here. When you look at when I was doing the diligence for Solve, patent creation, there were like 15 competitors, as in patent creation. In every different legal adjacent, there is the same. And I think it is as fragmented and unbundled as it is, which will actually make it a smaller market than people give credit to.
I think it will. I do think there's about 5 or 6 legal kind of process-specific processes like patent, immigration that stand on their own. And then I think there will be the general corporate solution for general corporate law, which will be the Harvey and Legoras. But yes, that even peeling off, you peel off 50,000 patent lawyers, that's gone.